Hi, I'm Joan Manson, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a portrait of Axel, who was a Pitt mix, was a neighbor of mine when I was living in Georgia. There's a reference photo and the final piece, and once again the final piece. So let's get started.
Okay. I'll put him over here where I can see him better. I'm going to start working with my Pan Pastels. This is the titanium white. And I'm using an oval applicator. And I'm not working with a drawing. And I'm working with the Pan Pastel. Such a cute expression. He had such a soft mouth. You know, they say a dog will have a soft mouth. He could put his mouth on your hand and just hold it as gently as you would hold a baby, even more so. He was a mix. I know he was a Pitt mix, and I think it was a lab Pitt mix. And he was a sad story. Axel was dumped in a trash container. And one of his brothers, one of his litter mates, the litter mate ran away at some point. They just don't know whatever happened to him. I think I got that about right, don't I? There's paw there. And then there's okay. And then with a little line up here and here. Okay. Trying to figure out how I'm doing this. Comes over just a wee bit more. Okay. Alrighty, now let me get one of my tumbler erasers. Coming about down here. He had small pink eyes. Well, pink around the eyes on his white half. And the darker half, no. Okay. And his nose is here. And then he had markings. It looks in the drawing like he has a hair lip. He didn't. It's the markings that he has. And I came back from a Thanksgiving weekend and I was told that he'd passed away. I went looking for him and went to the neighbors, and they let me know that he'd unfortunately been hit by a car, and it wasn't the driver's fault. It was his fault. He chases cars or chased cars, and he ran under the car. It was very sad. And I was very sad because I would never see him again. And later on, I got my own little Renard, and they got a lab mix. But let's see. Yeah. I mean, I could have done this in grids, and I could have done this when tracing, but I chose not to. Let's see, we've got a touch here of the white that shows through the ear. At the ear, doesn't come down that low. Okay. Let's get over here with a bigger eraser. Okay, very good. Okay, and that's about the right attitude. And then let's see. Okay. I'm only going to have the beginning of his paws here. He had beautiful markings. He was a dirndl, which sort of always made me think he was a Great Dane. So, I have a lot of photographs, and I've done a few drawings of him, but I've never done a pan pastel of him. I've done black and whites of him. And let's see. This goes up here, sort of like that. A little drop there. And let's see, this moves along about here. This is just highlights on the dirndl. It's not pure black, it's brown, dark brown. And I'm just dotting in here so I can come back. I'll come back later, but I wanted to sort of lay out a pattern. And then, let's see. That's about right. Let me just make it this way to start and see what I think. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then his ear is about here. And this is dirndl as well. I'm just going to put some markings in there, some light markings. Okay. And I'm going to put in the background later. I'll lay in hints of green for the grass and do it like a bokeh. Okay. Now, and then on this side, I'm just going to put the white of his eye right there. Okay. Alrighty. And a little twinkle in his eye right there. And it's the same here. And then I'll put in a darker eye. And where's my eraser? Here we go. Such a cutie pie. He's absolutely, well, he might have been reborn, but he's absolutely in puppy heaven. Axel was a darling sweetheart. Good around kids, maybe, you know, good around old people. Let me take my white pencil to get into this tiny space right here. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here, bring a little red and a little white to make a tiny pink, to dab around the eye right here and here. And then I'm going to bring some more white. To make it paler. And wipe that off. Here we go. And add some more white. I just want that. There we go. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that pink again and dab it in on the white here. I can always erase what I've done. There we go. Here we go. And I'm going to take a little bit of a black pencil, just a very light line. And make okay. And then I'm going to bring over that white pencil again for the other eye, very carefully. And well, this one's got a little white spot here, a little shine. I'll put that in before I put in the brown. Okay. And did I make it too big? I made it too big. Okay. Here we go. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. We'll just leave it like that for now. I'm going to bring in the black charcoal. It's a black pastel pencil. We do a black pupil. And we do a black pupil over here. And I'm going to take a little bit of red and blue and yellow and make this eyeball. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit more white over here. Okay. There, and I'm going to move a little brown onto that just a bit. Okay. Now my little eyes are finished. Now I'm going to bring, I have a second oval applicator tool, and I'm using, for the black, I want to lay in the nose. The erasers didn't bring up all that I needed to bring up. He was Axel. I still have the toy that's in this photograph somewhere around here in my studio. Got a little dot there. And little undercoatings of dots over here. Blend those in. And here. Blend those in. Okay. That's just a beautiful dog. And let me just bring this here for a little shadow. Okay. Now, I bring that white one back again. Now, I could have done this on white paper and marked in all the black, but I actually prefer to use the black paper. And there's a shadow here. cast from the ear. There we go. Axel is such a beautiful boy. And let me come down here and add more. Now, I need to come back with the white for some highlights here. And a touch here. And I need to come back over with a little of the white and the red to make pink, which is right over here around the mouth. And I'm going to blend in a little more white, so make that a little bit lighter. And he has a couple of white lines coming up here. And all the way up. Okay. And this black part comes down a bit more. Okay, and then okay, and I'm going to bring my eraser in and create a tiny shadow over here. Okay, alrighty, and this creates a shadow over here. And we have a shadow over here. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to bring up just shadow line. Okay, and the ear is right there. And back here. Okay, and I'm going to bring my black up because it's just the tiniest bit darker right here. I know it's difficult to see. It gives me the outline of the head. Same here. Okay, and there we go. The ear goes back. Oh, Axel is an angel. And I know he is now. Okay, let's see. Just like doing these dabs here. Okay. Let's see, where's the inside of the ear, outside of the ears here. Okay, the ear line back there. And just laying this out here because the grass will be coming out here defining that ear. Okay, I think that's looking lovely. Let's see. I think there was a light spot right here. Okay, that part is good. Now I want to create a brown, and I'm going to use, I had before. Let me just put this up here. Move these things aside and make life easier for people to see me. Okay. I'm going to do a touch of the blue in the yellow, touch of the red in the yellow. I'm using the oval that I used the black for. Touch more of the blue, touch of the black. Okay. A little more black. Let's touch more of the black over there. Okay. And he's a short-haired dog, was a short-haired dog. And I bring the black in here where it's darker. And in shadow. I'm dabbing into the white a bit to create a regular edge, but I'll be bringing in a pencil to make fine hairs. Okay, now let me bring back the oval that I was using with the white. Okay. And again, I'll be using the pencil to make fine hairs come up there. And I want to do highlighting over here. And I know I should be doing the background first, but I just so wanted to do my doggy. Bring in shadow over here. And this hair is very black over here. Let me bring in some brown on the yellow, or rather blue on the yellow, red, more blue, making a brown with a black end that's darker, and just adding in some color for the general pattern of his hair. And now I'm going to bring in more of the black. So I'll have some of the brown showing through. And then again, I'll come back in with little tiny lines of pencil. For right now, perhaps forever, I have stopped using pastel pencils with my pastels. I just got so frustrating trying to sharpen them. And I know probably the best way to sharpen them is with a razor blade, but for me that's a big chore. It takes a long time, and I bought an electric pencil sharpener. Some of them sharpened, some of them didn't. I've been through scores of the regular handheld ones, and well, the simple fact is I'm not happy with any of them. Some of them are softer than others. I really, some of the pencils are softer than others, and they'll break. White's especially difficult. So, especially the Caran d'Ache, they're just way too soft. So I packed them away, and you know, they'll live in limbo for a while, and I'll decide whether or not I'll use them. But I am still using the white pencils and the black pastel pencils, and I have white charcoal pencils that I use as well, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. And I'll see how it goes, because that's how my life works. I see how it goes. All right, now, let me take turn that pencil around. I used the wrong oval applicator. Let me turn it around. And I want to use, just sort of dab in a little shadow. I want some color in that shade. That's very nice. He had a beautiful fur. You know, he's a short-haired dog, but his fur, particularly the white layers on his chest, and I was like, were beautiful and soft. Okay, let me just do this here. And okay. Alrighty, let me bring you back over here. You're good. You're good. Okay, and I want to blotch you out a bit. Okay. Okay. I don't care what your style is. I don't care if you're working in a Fauvist style or an Impressionist style or hyper-realistic style. The most important thing for me is that I capture the expression of the darling puppy. That's the most important thing for me. Okay. Once you capture the expression, then you know who this is. You know what this dog. You know that this is Axel, or Renard, or Pete, or pick a name. But there's that funny little something special in every animal. And that's what you want to capture. And having captured that, you got your portrait, regardless of what your style is. Okay, and all right, let me put these aside for right now. I'm going to work on the background, because obviously I work backwards. I'm going to use the square applicator. I'm going to bring it. And this is just a grassy background. And if I hadn't mentioned, I'm working with a limited palette. Primary colors, black and white. Sometimes I use the Zorn palette, which is red, ochre, black and white, and a blue on the side. It depends upon what my yellow needs are, actually. I have, I think, 50 colors, or sets of colors, or whatever. And sometimes I go for the individual sets. When I do oceans, I really like to use all the blues that they have. They have turquoises and a variety of two or three different shades of blue, and they're beautiful. I really enjoy using those. But when I'm working on an animal portrait, I really prefer to use the limited palette. There's a continuity that you get from a limited palette. And a limited palette doesn't have to be just primary. I mean, it just means you're only using 3 or 4, 5 colors tops. That's a limited palette. It doesn't have to be one of primary colors. So you can see that. Push it up a little bit better so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so I have my grassy background. We're done with that. Bring my sleeves up so I don't get pastel all over my sleeves. And what I like to do now is bring in my white pencil and my black pencil. Oops, got that in there, which I had a second ago. And I just want to work on the fine markings. And the fine hairs. What are they for? Okay. Now I could be moving the white over the black just as easily as the black over the white. And I also could be doing some of the fine detailing with my new pastels. The new pastels work beautifully over and under the Pan Pastels. But it's just the two colors I'm working with. I'm not working with any other fine detailing in color. And I recognize that the pencils that I use in fine detailing, because I do so much work on black paper, are the black and the white pencils. I'm going to do the little fine light hairs that are in the sunlight. This up a little bit. I'm so afraid you're not seeing it. And I can't actually see on the phone. I normally record with a camera, and I've got this new setup. I mean, with the camera, a video recorder, and or camcorder. This is the first time I'm doing a video with my cell phone, and I have a new setup for that, and it's really cool. A couple of other things I'd like it to be able to do that it doesn't do, but it's very nice. It doesn't weigh a lot, doesn't take up a lot of space. Of course, now my test is getting this loaded to my software for editing. Making sure the sound is good. Okay, and I'm going to dab my finger on it. And bring back, mute it down a little bit with the black pencil. Okay, and now I'm going to come back over here. Do the fine hairs over here. Whoops. Oops, my baby needs a little white dot right there for the reflection. Okay. Okay. And you're good. Okay, and I'm going to bring up the white into the hairline here. Very good. And over here. Okay, that's good. Let me dab it down with my finger a bit. I don't want it to be too stark. Okay, and on the nose over here, just some light circling where there's some okay, a little light shading there. Okay, that's good. Whoops. Now, and little thing here. And I'm going to bring the black over this and tone it down a bit. And then okay, very good. And lighten it up a bit here. This is skin discoloration here. And okay. Okay, and we have a few whiskers. And a few tiny whiskers over here as well. Okay, I want to work on the feet. I'll push this up some more so you can see better. And for here as well. Make sure we have this down where you can see it all. Let me bring it up more. Here we go. Have it up a little bit higher so we can see it better. I'm sorry I didn't have it up higher for all of this. As I said, this is my first time recording on my cell phone. But I think you've got the bulk of it. He's beautiful. I'm in love with him. I will always remember Axel. He will always be my buddy and my walking companion. Okay, I thank you for joining me. If you'd like to see more of my videos, I do have approaching 60 on my YouTube channel. If you'd like to see more, I appreciate click on the subscribe button. That little bell button will remind you when I have new ones. And I will also post on community when I have a new video coming up. And if you like the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Thank you all very, very much. Have a great day.